by good God, Joshana, Vaishnavi Patel. And the third, God damn it. Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Joshana here to talk about some friggin' books that I either have or have not read. We're gonna find out. As you already know, if you are not new here, I tend to not do TBRs very often, if ever, and even when I do what is technically a, to be read, it's like a very loose, in the next little bit, these are books I want to try to get to, maybe, but I don't have like a time frame typically, and it's very much a mood reading mindset that I have. So yeah, monthly TBRs, things like that, I can't be bothered. It doesn't work. But I do sometimes do like to prioritize by the end of this quarter, or books to read soon-ish, or recently I did a shopping my shelves TBR, books I want to read sooner rather than later and try to get to as soon as possible, which again is essentially a TBR, just not how most people typically do TBRs, which is like this month I am reading these, not me. But I wanted to do a little check-in on those things because I did recently have the to prioritize by April list, and then a wanna read next-ish list, and then the shopping my shelves TBR. So let's check in and see how I did. So the first one that I had was the to prioritize by April. And these are pretty much, if not totally all, books that I had on my anticipated reads list for 2021 that I didn't even get to. So I wanted to prioritize them. The books in question are The Black Coast by Mike Brooks, which I still have not even picked up. So there's that. And it's kind of just a mood reading thing where I was like, yeah, I want to get to it. And then weeks went by, a couple months went by, and I was like, it's not like one that I've pushed off forever where I'm like, I no longer have any interest in it. It's just one that at the moment I'm like, I'm fine. It's okay if I don't read it right now. Do still want to get to it at some point though. Next on the list was The Bone Maker by Sarah Beth Durst, which I had a physical copy of, and I read, and it was fine. I unhauled it. One of those where I'm not mad that I read it, but I wasn't super engaged with it, wasn't super gripped by it, but I got that one out of my hair at least. And then there was one that I X'd off that I just like completely lost interest in. That was Fortuna Sworn, book 3, which I think that one is called Deadly Dreams. That might be book 4 though, I don't remember. But at any rate, book 3 of that series, I kind of lost interest in. That's a series where, like, I don't know, someday maybe I'll be like, fuck it, let's read it. But right now, I just don't think I care anymore. And then The Forever Sea, which is by, like, Philip something, maybe? Joshua Philip Johnson, not Jackson, Johnson. Have not picked this one up at all. Another one where I think I do still have interest in this one at some point, just not at the moment. And the last one for my to prioritize by April was For the Wolf by Hannah Witten, which I did pick up. I had a physical copy of, and I did DNF. So there's that. It was just not my jam. Wasn't bad or anything. I wasn't having a miserable time. I was just having a very time, and I didn't care. Had I continued, it would have been like forcing myself when I didn't want to read it, which, I don't like to do. And then I did have my wanna read next-ish list, which was only 3 books, just kind of a very loose TBR type of thing, same as like with the shopping my shelves TBR, a very loose one. The 3 books on that, the first one was Trouble the Saints by Aliyah Dawn Johnson. I did DNF this one. This is one where it was weird because it was like I was enjoying it, generally, like there were lots of elements to the story and the world and the characters that I was here for, I was enjoying. But I think just the tone of the writing style, that was just so aggressively not my jam that it made me just like, I don't care, you know? And the third, god damn it, my freaking ring light plug-in, like what am I trying to say? The USB thing is like loose and it keeps shutting off. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I think I was saying the third book is one that I have not even picked up yet, but it is on my cart, I think. Or is it? Oh no, I moved it. It's not on my cart. But it is The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. This is one of the 2 adult Fairy Loot book-only box books I got before I canceled, and it's the only one that I had any interest in whatsoever after hearing about it. So hopefully I like it. I don't remember what this naked cover looks like. Oh yeah. Cool. Anywho, yeah, I do still plan on getting to this one. I just haven't yet. So I feel like for those 2, I didn't do too bad. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. And I got to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And the 3 that I did not, well, okay, I got to. One of them I just crossed off the list, I guess. So really I had 7 that I had any interest in. And I got to 4 of those. And then the 3 that I didn't get to yet, I do still have interest in. I just haven't gotten to them. So, cool. And now the Shopping My Shelves TBR. Let's check that one out. I think one of these books was also on this list. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The first one was Wahala by Nikki May, right? And I did read that. I had a physical copy of it, and I have since unhauled it. Did not have such a great time with that book. I think I would try something else by that author because it was compulsively readable. But my God, some of the worst characters I've ever encountered. Insufferable and kind of painful to read from their perspectives. Anyway, so I did do that. And then it's like all the way over here. I don't want to grab it, but then I'll have to put in a fucking image if I don't. So I'll just grab it. Kaikai by Vaishnavi Patel. Good God, Joshana. Vaishnavi Patel. Yeah, haven't gotten to it, but still intend to. This is the only one I haven't gotten to on this Shopping My Shelves TBR. Spoiler alert. The next one was Tangleroot Palace by Marjorie Liu. Don't have it anymore. I did unhaul it. Short story collection by Marjorie Liu, and I enjoyed it. I don't love short story collections typically, so it wasn't like, oh my God, my new favorite thing, but I had a good time with it, and it did inspire me to pick up, because I didn't know this was a thing, a series that she has, a paranormal fantasy romance series, old school one, and I did pick up the first 2 books of that to check out, so that's cool. And the next one on the list was Siren and Scion by J.D. Evans, book 3 of the Mages of the Wheel series, which I did read and enjoyed. I gave 3.75 or 4. Yeah, I gave it 4. Oh man, I dented the cover, that sucks. So yay for that. And then yeah, the one book that was also on the like wanna read next-ish, Trouble the Saints by Elia Dawn Johnson. As I said, I did pick it up, but I DNF'd it. And then The Stationery Shop by Marjan Kamali, I think. Yes, Marjan Kamali. Wow, good memory, Joshana. I did read that one. Didn't love it. Didn't hate it, but it was just a romance that was, I think, meant to be this very, like, tragic, oh my God, heart-wrenching, blah. And I just couldn't get behind it. So, well written, beautifully written, but not my cup of tea as far as the romance, which was, like, the main thing. Oh, God, where is it? And the last one that was on the list was The Future We Choose, Surviving the Climate Crisis by Christiana Figueres and Tom Rivett-Carnac, architects of the 2015 Paris Agreement. And I did read this. I listened to it on audio, and I enjoyed it. And a little nonfiction about, you know, the climate crisis, obviously. So I am very, very pleased with myself because out of all of these books, there's only 4 that I didn't even get to at all. And I feel like for me, that's pretty high statistics on this kind of thing. So, yay! I am pleased. You know, could have been better, but could have been a hell of a lot worse as well. Like, comment, and subscribe if you feel so inclined and you have not already. As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.